So you start here, you make a swing, right foot back, left foot back, right foot back, left foot back, right foot back, left foot back, right foot back, left foot back. So you're constantly moving away. You're straight line, straight line. Say right hip back,
yep.
left hip back, right hip back. So you feel like you're moving in a straight line.
Okay, got it.
Now, if we put it on the video,
yeah,
your freaking hips are going to turn both directions, but you feel like you're just walking straight backwards. See, when you walk,
yeah,
when I walk backwards, my pelvis rotates.
Yep.
But it's a straight line force.
Yeah.
See what my hips are doing? They're turning.
Yep.
But I'm working in straight line forces.
Yes, got it.
That's how your body works.
All right, we have another video with Mike Malaska. If you didn't watch the one from a couple of days ago, I want you to tune into that one right after you watch this. In today's video, we're talking hip depth and early extension. Mike shows me something I've never heard before. You may not have either. Let's go ahead and jump right in.
So we're going to talk about your hips and how they work. So what this club is this is my pelvis. So this is my right hip socket, and this is my left hip socket. This is the middle of my pelvis. Now, here's the task. The task is, as my hips rotate, the center of my pelvis can't move closer to the ball. If I move closer to the ball, you're in trouble. You're jammed, you're steep, you have all kinds of problems. So here's what happened with a lot of people. Because they tended to sway away from the ball, which is another issue in and of itself, but here's what everybody said. Okay, I want you to keep your right knee flexed, stabilize your right hip. So let's see what happens if you do that. So if this is my right hip socket right here, and I stabilize it so it's not going to move, and I turn my pelvis or hips at all, what just happened to my center? It just moved 4, 5, 6 inches closer to the ball. So if I stabilize this and I turn my hips, and then I try to get off my right side and clear my hips, what's your center keep doing? You keep moving closer and closer to the ball. Somebody says you're going into early extension. I go, no, you're just moving closer to the ball. Why? Bad task. Here's your task. Now, at the very least, whatever amount your left hip is going to go this way, your right hip has to move back, your hip socket. So if you did this, some of the tour players do that. And then they go here, and then they move to their left side, and then they push their left hip out of the way. So what did this do? It's moving further away from the ball. Now here's where most of the tour players hang out. When they go back, this left hip socket doesn't move out. It moves a little lateral, and their right hip moves back. So they do this. So what's this done? Further away, and then they move this back. What did they just do? That's why you see all this room for their arms. That's why they can shallow the club or shallow their arms. There's space. If you're sitting there stabilizing this hip, right now, game over, abort mission, we're done. You're going to be steep and over it. So you got to start to understand that once you set up, when I start back, this hip socket has to get moved back. It has to move back. If it stays there and my hips turn at all, now I'm in trouble.
Okay, Mike, so what an unbelievable visual. I've never seen someone do that, and I think for me, someone who genuinely struggles in this area, maybe let's talk about some different feels, drills, thoughts of, hey, if I'm that guy or gal, how do I apply this?
Okay, first thing, if you set up to the ball, let's take you out of golf for a minute, but set up to the golf ball like you're going to hit it. Now, if I do this and I get rid of the club, so now we're in the gym, and there's a cable right here, and it has a pulley system right there. Okay? Now, if I told you to pull the cable back, use your hip and pull it back. Pull, 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 pull. Okay, see what's happening there?
Yep.
So where's your weight going? It's going into your heel, and you see how your hip socket moved back?
Without even thinking about it.
Okay, now let the cable come back down, pull it back again, okay? Now, if I had another cable that was hooked here, now you start to let that one come down, and then as it comes down, now right there, your left starts to pull this cable back. Boom, so now let's do it again, back, and the other way. That's it. So the cables are if the cables are on the right angle, the cables imitate the direction of force that the club's pulling you.
Gotcha.
And then what you're doing is you're pushing in a parallel, what they call a parallel force vector, away from the force of the club.
Got it.
Okay, but when I do this, I've never seen anybody sway their hip. So here's the cable. I've never seen them do that or go out to their toe. So when I say pull the cable back, Everybody goes like that.
Yeah.
And they load into their right heel.
Yep.
And then I take this down and I say, okay, we come back down. And then I say, now pull the other cable. I mean, that's perfect. Now,
I would do nothing other than that.
And then so you say, give me a feel. I do that to people and they go, I've never felt that in my swing. I said, well, that's why you're no good.
Yeah, right.
Because you've never felt that.
Yeah, yeah.
I said, I don't know what you're trying to do, but that's all I feel.
Got it.
And if you use the cables correctly on the right angle, then the force of the cables pulling you
Yep.
create the same type of force that the club is on an angle. So it's a parallel force vector for what a club does. And so now you start to feel how you offset that inward momentum of the club.
Yeah.
And then as soon as people feel that, they go, oh, I can do that. It has nothing to do with flexibility.
Right.
But now it's a feel. So that's one. I would say just do that and you're going to get it.
And I think, and it's always interesting to go through these two and kind of see what it feels like and express the thoughts and feelings. And a lot of these drills and feels are so straightforward and simple that it doesn't even need reiteration. That's pretty basic and straight to the point. I think for some people, the knowledge would be the key.
Yeah.
Like, oh, wow, like, hey, if I were to just kind of think of my belt buckle or center of pelvis here, going farther from the ball during my backswing, and then going farther again from the ball during my downswing, in and of itself could be enlightening.
It is, because people are trying to stabilize and clear their hips.
Yeah.
See, if I tried to stabilize my right hip, if I tried to stabilize and clear, I'm going to throw right up into the ball, if that's my task. But if my task is to move my pelvis further away from the ball, then you got something. What you just did there, and here's what, I talked to Tiger and Jack, pretty good players.
Okay.
Tiger made the comment that in his lower body, they asked him what he was trying to do with his lower body. He said on his backswing, all he tries to do is get his right hip as deep as he can get it.
Yep.
And on his downswing, he tries to get his left hip as deep as he can get it. He said nothing about turn.
Yeah.
Deep is a straight line force.
Yeah.
Turn is confusing. I asked Jack, and I put my, it's unfortunate, I put my hands on Jack's hips and had him move.
Lucky guy, yeah.
And he, and I said, so what are you trying to do? And he basically says, well, all I'm trying to do is just get my right hip out of the way. And you put your hands on his hips, and he goes, and if you're not careful, and you're standing there and you're touching his hip, when he goes wham, I mean his freaking hip comes back so hard it's incredible.
You feel it, yeah.
Oh no, it'd knock you down.
Okay.
So there's no stable hip. He's doing this. So he's trying to get his hip out of the way. Tiger's trying to get his hip as deep as he can get it. The majority of people are trying to stabilize their hip.
Yeah.
That whole stabilize your hips and coil against your lower body was a killer.
Yeah.
It was popular for a while, had some ideas that it might work, it didn't work, it's going away.
Yeah.
You have to get that right hip deep.
Yeah.
And what you just did, thinking about get your belt buckle away or pull, are really good ways to do it. Now I want to show you one more drill.
Please.
I hesitate because it's almost magic.
Okay.
And it's athleticism.
Yeah.
You have to learn so that your body understands that it's trying to move away from the ball. So it's trying to move away from the ball, and it's trying to move away from the ball in straight line forces. Now I'm saying it and you might be a little confused, but as soon as I show you, you're going to get it.
Yeah.
Here's what we got, Eric. We got 4 balls. Now, here's what I'm going to show the camera this way first.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to start outside of this ball, and what you do is you make a swing, and now we're going to go backwards.
Okay.
So and I'll do it first, then I'll have you do it.
Oh boy.
But here's what's going to happen. You swing, and as you swing back, you've got to step your right foot back.
Okay.
And then your left foot back and hit. Right foot, left foot. So you're constantly moving away from the ball.
Okay.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. So you start here, you make a swing, right foot back, left foot back. 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 So you're constantly moving away. You're straight line. Straight line. Say right hip back, left hip back, right hip back. So you feel like you're moving in a straight line.
Okay, got it.
Now, if we put it on the video,
yeah,
your freaking hips are going to turn both directions, but you feel like you're just walking straight backwards. See, when you walk, when I walk backwards, my pelvis rotates.
Yep.
But it's a straight line force.
Yeah.
See what my hips are doing? They're turning.
Yep.
But I'm more open in straight line forces.
Yes, got it.
That's how your body works.
Yep.
So all we're doing is tuning into right hip back, which is turning your pelvis.
Yeah.
And you're moving away from the ball. Okay, so you swing forward, and then your right foot drops back, then your left foot drops back, and you hit it. You're good, and then you just keep going. Just hit them easy.
You want to stand there?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Nice and easy. You only hit it maybe 100 yards at the most. Back, 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 back. Good job. Now, if you watch that on video, you don't move up into any of those shots.
Yeah.
Why? Because the task is to keep moving away to hit the next one.
Yeah.
So a lot of people say, I early extend. It's just the wrong picture.
Yeah.
If you can do this drill, you're not going to early extend.
Hey guys, thanks for watching today's video. To see more from Mike, go ahead and click the link down in the description below to see Malaska Golf. Also, if you did like this video, go ahead and watch the 2 videos here on the screen. They're going to help you learn more about this topic. If you liked it, click the like button down below, click the notification bell, and please subscribe.